please wait for 1 or 2 minutes until people join. Thank you for attending this session. Welcome everyone that's joining. We will be getting started in 1 minute. Welcome everyone. We will be starting in 30 seconds. Okay, Thais, you can take it away.
Hello, thank you, Christian. Thank you, everyone who's attending this session. My name is Thais. I am the marketing director at Island Innovation. And today I have here with me Stacy. Stacy is also part of the Island Innovation team. But before being part of our team, Stacy has been also an Island ambassador. So I'm very happy to have you here today, Stacy, to talk about the Ambassadors Program. If you want to say hello and tell everyone where you're from. Oh, by the way, I am from Santa Catarina Island in the south of Brazil. And over to you, Stacy.
Hi, everyone. I'm based in Barbados. I'm really happy to be here. Yes, as Thais mentioned, I was part of the Island Ambassador Program before I became community manager here at Island Innovation. And it was a wonderful experience. I'm really looking forward to talking some more about it today. Thank you, Thais, for the opportunity.
Awesome. So Stacy, today I'm going to ask you some questions about the Ambassadors Program. And in the end of this short presentation, we will have some time to welcome all questions from everyone who is watching us. So get ready to answer all the questions. My first question for you is very simple. So Stacy, who can be an ambassador? Who can participate in this program?
Well, the first thing you have to do is to have a really strong interest in island communities and in creating a better and sustainable future for island communities. So you can see once you have that interest, you know, it's like you're in. You can have once you have an island connection, so you don't necessarily have to physically live on an island, but you can have a connection to an island community. You can also be an ambassador. And one of the wonderful things about this program is the inclusivity. It's any age range. So you can be young, old, in between. We welcome all of you to be Island Ambassadors, okay? And you should be ready to commit to our monthly training sessions. So those are some of the criteria for being an ambassador.
Great, thank you, Stacy. So I don't need to live on an island to participate in the program, but I need to have an island connection, right? Can you give me an example of what would be an island connection if I don't live on an island?
Sure, well, if you're, for example, have an interest in pursuing projects that would be directly relevant to island communities, like projects to do with renewable energy, projects to do with food sustainability and agriculture, that would make you an ideal candidate to be an ambassador.
Great, thank you for the answer. The next one here is about what you have to say about your experience. We have this video, so we asked some ambassadors to tell us about their experience in 2021. But since you were an ambassador before joining the Island Innovation team, I would like you to share something about how your experience was with the program.
Well, I think the experience that stays with me still are the lifelong friendships and connections I know I made. I think that I managed to connect with people who were like-minded, had similar interests, and it was all about creating a better future. And sometimes when you have that ambition living on an island, you can feel very isolated. So it was wonderful to connect with people who are interested in putting solutions in place and driving those solutions forward in a way that's positive. So I think that's the thing. And even outside of the program, these are people who I now consider to be really good friends. So that's the best thing about the program, in my view.
Awesome. I think you are not the only one who thinks like that. So let's see what other ambassadors have to say about the program. I'm going to play this video. It's a very short video. Let's see.
It's how can we interact to each other always. It's always interactive program. We always have space to speak, to talk, even like for 1 minute, 2 minutes introduction or anything. It's really amazing how we can know people from all over the world, and how can we realize that our problems are not only our problems, and we can share and divide how the solutions can be possible.
People, the people, and not just the knowledge of the people, which is massive. I mean, you're just talking to people that know so much, and the experience and the wealth of experience and knowledge is amazing. But there's a key element of the personability, the likability, they're just, you know, consistently the people I like to hang out with, you know, and I think that that's just a really, I think that's the biggest strength.
Several training programs. So far, I have done training in public relations and media, project management, plastic pollution and sustainable tourism. We've done discussions on COP26 and financial aspects of sustainable projects. So all these different trainings and all these different development projects are extremely important, and I've been able to learn so much, so many things that I have also applied in my work life as well as my personal life. So I would definitely encourage people to join.
Had access to so many other people in similar situations, not just with the island living, but people who are proactive, people who want to think, people who like to be challenged. That to me has been wonderful.
We're able to cross boundaries and cross regions and cultures, and be able to learn from one another. So I honestly believe that this is a program that is needed. It is something that should be replicated. I'm hoping that there is scope for that, so that we can show that we can make a contribution. That is what I really believe and love about the Island Innovation Ambassador Program.
Yay, I think this is a very nice video. I would like to thank all the ambassadors from 2021 that contributed to this video with their testimonials. Thank you very much. Is there any ambassador from 2021 here today? Please say hello in the chat. So now you already know some of the ambassadors that we had last year, but we would really love to get to know you better. So if you can introduce yourselves in the chat, say your name, say where you are from. It will be very interesting for us to start already with our connections and networking, right? Okay, so I want to see you saying your name and where you're from in the chat. So good morning from St. Lucia. Hello Maria from St. Lucia. Hello from Patagonia, Argentina. Hello. Haiti, very nice. Oh my God, so many people. Nigeria, Dominica, great, this is awesome. Thank you for being here. Spain, Trinidad and Tobago, India, hello. That's so awesome. Thank you all for being here. So the next question for you, Stacy, is about the structure of the ambassador program. Can you explain to us how the program is going to work through the year?
Sure. So the program's divided up into these 4 different phases. And in the first phase, which takes place in the beginning of the program, the focus is going to be, we mentioned networking, but kind of really creating proactive connections with one another and finding out what your common interests are. And then you're going to focus on as well identifying what specific challenges are in your island or in your region that you want to tackle. And then you're going to look at collaborating to put together a report based somewhat on the SDGs, the UN Sustainable Development Goals, but more specifically on your region. Okay. And then in the second part of the program, you're going to look at activities and kind of honing skills that are relevant to do with climate finance and financing. because in that part of the program, we have one of our major virtual events, the Island Innovation Island Finance Forum. So that's going to be a way to hear about what's happening in your region to it financing. We have industry leaders and many important people in the sector who are going to be speaking. So you'll learn a lot. But in order to take advantage of that knowledge, we'll be doing activities and training sessions geared towards that. So then we have the third phase of the program is going to focus on the Virtual Island Summit. That's another one of our huge, I consider almost like a flagship event of island innovation. And that's going to be an opportunity to set up a local hub. This is something, a way to bring people in your community together and possibly, collectively view one or two of the Virtual Island Summit events that will be live streamed, but physically together, you can collaborate and discuss some of the topics that are of interest. Again, discuss with the view of finding solutions and moving forward with solutions. And then in the final phase, we're going to be focusing on COP27. This is the climate change conference. So this is a way to kind of bring together all of your skills that you've learned in the course of the training programs to apply and see how you can kind of be a representative of your region and be a voice for change in your region. So that's kind of the condensation of the program.
Thank you, Stacy. We have the first question coming from an attendee. So Ayusa is asking, she's asking the following. So she says, I am involved in sustainable tourism action planning. This is very, very cool. Nice. Would this be appropriate for being an ambassador? I don't recall from the recent summit there being many change makers in tourism roles.
Oh, that's an excellent question. I would say that is a perfect example of kind of a sector that we need more exploration in. And that would be wonderful to have you apply as an ambassador with that kind of background. So yes, that's very relevant to what we're looking to achieve in the Island Ambassador Program. So yes, please apply.
Awesome, please apply. Yes, we have two other questions coming from LinkedIn. The first one is asking how to be part of the Ambassador Program. So just give us a moment. I will put in the screen the link for the application form. And of course, you can access the website to have more information about the program. Everything that we are discussing here today is in the website. So I think in the next slides, we will have the link for the application form. And we have another question. Someone is asking, Luca is asking if there is an ambassador in the Balearic Islands. I'm not sure. Do you know, Stacy, if we have any ambassadors from the Balearic Islands?
I'm not sure, to be honest. That doesn't ring a bell, but that's all the more reason that you should apply, so that then you have representation of your island in your region. So that would be great if you do. So yes. As I said, I don't believe that we do.
Yeah, please apply. Okay, the next question for you, Stacy, is about networking and collaboration. Since we are having questions from people from all over the world, what can you say about the networking and collaboration opportunities that we're going to provide during the Ambassadors Program this year?
Well, I think those the networking opportunities are really, really valuable, and really valuable on two levels. From the level of your own personal development, where you get to, as I said, connect with people who are like-minded and focus on solutions, because collaboration is what, to me, is at the heart of innovation and creative thinking. So when you collaborate and you share ideas, you can find some more creative solutions, and that creativity can really inspire change. So that's at a personal level. But then on like the level of your own island, nationally or regionally, you then will really have the opportunity to network and collaborate with leaders in the region, policymakers who, when you actively engage on relevant topics and relevant issues and ask, interesting questions and try to make your presence felt in a way that's respectful and encourages mutual dialogue, you have a chance to influence policy in the region in a way that, again, it's a way to make a real difference and to provide a solution. So I think that's what I would say about the networking and collaboration. It's a really, really good opportunity.
I agree with you. As we can already see in this session, there are many people from many different islands engaging in the Ambassadors Program. So I think it will be a very rich opportunity to get to know like-minded people from all over the world and maybe collaborate in projects. So this is a very nice opportunity to engage. We have 4 questions. Can you believe it? We have 4 questions. Okay, the first one, Ezra is asking about agricultural innovation. He's asking is there an area that is provided for? Are we going to cover agriculture innovation during the Ambassadors Program? What do you think, Stacy?
Yes, definitely. Agricultural innovation will definitely be covered in the first part for sure, when you're identifying what challenges or what issues you really want to tackle in your island or region. You can decide to focus on agriculture and sustainable food production and food security, which is a really topical and important issue. So yes, there's definitely an opportunity to use that. And, you know, agriculture and food security is definitely linked to climate change. So even as we come around to COP27 towards the end of the program, you can definitely have a chance to explore that area. So yes, we will be covering that.
Great. We also have another question from Pradeep. Is asking, I am one of the partners to sustainable food systems. Will it be okay to apply to?
Yes. Please apply. It sounds as if you have a lot of relevant experience and relevant interests, and that kind of thing kind of adds resonance to what you can achieve. So yes, please apply. You are welcome.
Exactly. Please apply. Please share your knowledge with us. Please share your knowledge with all the ambassadors that we have and that we had in the previous programs. Angela has a question about the criteria for application, but I'm going to hold that just for 2 seconds for us to talk about this map. So Stacy, can you talk about this map?
Yeah, so this map you can see shows where all of our island ambassadors have come from in 2021. So you can see all across the globe and all the regions, how many of us are representing different parts of the world. And the beautiful thing is that in as much as we come from so many different regions, we're all inspired and motivated by that common sense of purpose to build a better future. So as I said, wherever you are in the world, you know, you have this island connection, please do apply.
Exactly. We had more than 300 ambassadors in 2021, and we are hoping to have even more in 2022 from many different regions. So please be part of this program. It will be awesome. I think, okay, we can go back here and answer Angela's question first, okay? So she's asking, what are the eligibility criteria for application? Any basic requirements?
No, as we said, we do hope that you will be ready to commit to the monthly training sessions and kind of participate in a way that's active, you know, but we did mention there's no age limit, you know, there are no necessary prerequisites in terms of expertise, because we want to help you to build your expertise and build your knowledge. So those are the criteria, and obviously the island connection, which we mentioned. So again, you don't have to physically live on an island, but if you're interested in projects or have an area and interest that are directly relevant to islands, as I mentioned, renewable energy, I mentioned agriculture and food security, those are just some examples. Those are the main criteria to apply.
Awesome. And I think, Stacy, this answers Marla's question. We have Marla here asking if we need any qualification to become an ambassador. I think the point is exactly the opposite. We want to provide you training sessions and opportunities to get this qualification, right? Can you talk about the training sessions a little bit to answer this question?
Sure. Oh, yeah, the training sessions were absolutely fantastic. Some of the training sessions that really helped me kind of develop my knowledge and expertise. There was a particular training session to do with PR, like public relations and kind of digital literacy and media communication, which is very important when you're looking to build your online presence or kind of make your way, draw attention and awareness to the issues that your island region faces. So that was one thing. There was another excellent session on building a sustainable business. So if you are interested in pursuing sustainability as a business and seeing how you can integrate sustainable ideas in business, that was a training session that was really, really important. And there was an excellent session about financing climate projects. So these are things, again, this is a wealth of knowledge that we provide, and the training sessions are usually recorded. You'll have access to recordings, and even after the sessions, if you have a question or a comment or you want to know more about something, you can get in touch with us and we can find a way to, increase that knowledge base that you'd like. So those are just some examples of the training sessions.
Awesome. Thank you, Stacy. There are many questions appearing here. So I have one from Jeremy. Jeremy is asking how many candidates are accepted into the program. And if a candidate is not accepted, are there any other programs that they can participate to gain new skills, knowledge, and networks?
Okay, well, as far as I know, we don't have a cap or limit on how many people can be ambassadors. We said there were over 300 last year, and we want there to be even more this year. So there's definitely, there's no limit on how many applicants we want. In terms of if you aren't accepted into the program, there are lots of ways that you can contribute still to island innovation. One of the many ways is through even submission of an article. You can sign up for a newsletter and you can get some more information on some of the ways in which you can contribute to our community. So yeah, we welcome any chance we have to collaborate.
Awesome. And I just would like to add that if you have an island connection, if you are interested in the sustainable development of island communities, there is no reason for you not to be accepted. So if you are willing to commit to the training sessions and to the monthly meetings, you're welcome to join the program. So don't worry too much about it. Let me go to the next one, because I think this one will answer questions. Okay, can you talk a little bit about the local hubs before we go to the next question, Stacy?
Sure. So the idea of the local hub is to kind of be a gathering point or a central point for people to explore any particular issues that you've identified as relevant to your region. So the local hub is meant to be held in conjunction with the Virtual Island Summit coming up at the end of September and into the beginning of October. And in the Virtual Island Summit, we explore lots of areas such as the blue economy. We look again at agriculture. We look at climate change. We look at climate finance. So if you kind of identify one of those areas or more than one of those areas that you think is an important topic of concern for your community, the local hub is a way to kind of bring people together who can physically interact and watch one of the sessions or as many sessions as you wish for the Virtual Island Summit, which are streamed and recorded as well. The sessions are recorded. And then that's a way that you can gather and discuss issues with the view to finding solutions. So that's a little bit about the local hub. And it's important to engage with all of the stakeholders involved. So if you have a local hub and you want to bring together, for example, the leader of an NGO, if you want to bring together someone from an academic sphere, this is a way to kind of include different voices to find solutions.
Awesome. And I think Ramiro here in the chat, he has a question that connects very well with the local hub. So I'm going to read it. Ramiro is saying, there is an ambassador in my country. Should I work with him or her? Because I am in the south and the ambassador is in the north.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Yeah,
you can collaborate and work with if you have more than one ambassador for your region, for your country. For example, when I was the ambassador representing Barbados, there were about 3 or 4 other people, and it's great. They were representing Barbados, but from the point of view of people in islands living in different places, that idea of the diaspora. One person was based in Australia, I believe. Another person was based in the States, but they had an island connection. So we would sometimes get together virtually and try to collaborate and talk. And again, this was done informally. And, we formed a WhatsApp group and we kept, each other up to date on our ideas and views. So you can definitely collaborate. I mean, it's not mandated that you have to work together, but it's a good way, again, to practice that idea of collaboration and finding solutions together.
Yes, sure. We have more questions here. So let me see if what people are asking. Okay, how could the ambassadors from countries or nations that don't contain islands help in this program? This is the question of Kazim. And this is a very good question. How can people from outside the islands collaborate in the program?
Well, I think that is an excellent question. I think one of the challenges that, as I mentioned, people in islands face is that there can be a sense of isolation. So the sense of creating that connection to a mainland or a connection to a bigger idea or a bigger landmass, it creates a sense of perspective for us. And often it can be the case that people who are not in island communities might have access to resources that people in island communities don't. So from the point of view of sharing the knowledge base, that's one of the most important resources of all, you can definitely contribute. That would be absolutely wonderful.
Yeah, I agree. Stacy, Liz is asking, what time of the day will the sessions be held at? She says, I am in the time zone CET.
Okay, so
this is
Central,
a great question. And as you mentioned before, all the training sessions will be recorded, and the ambassadors meetings will be recorded as well, right?
Yes. Yes, there will be. And then there's also, you can access them from a Google Drive. So yeah, everything is recorded.
Yeah, the important thing to mention here is that we always try to find a time that is the most adequate for the many different time zones of our ambassadors. So in the application form, we ask you what time zone you are in so that we can plan the best time for the sessions. But even if you're not able to join a meeting or a training session at the time that is scheduled, you can still have access to the recording, right? So you won't lose any content, and you have the opportunity to interact with other ambassadors and with the Island Innovation team through Slack, that is a communication tool that we are going to use, through WhatsApp or through email. So you won't be left a part of the interaction only because of your time zone, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, great. Let's see what else we have here. So here's the link to the application form. I will leave it on the screen for a while so that you can copy, but I will ask Christian to send this link in the chat so it's easier for you to click. And I'll go to the next question from Joe. So Joe is saying that he's from India. Hello.
Hi, Joe.
And he's asking, I have the expertise to find solutions with saline ingress to water resources of coastal belts and islands. This is very interesting. And he's saying, many islands and coastal areas find the issues with salinity. Yeah, that's true. And he's asking, do you require such solution for islands and their water resources? If yes, I am willing to support and wish to be an island ambassador.
That's wonderful, Joss. You are absolutely welcome. And one of the main issues in islands is water scarcity. And we have that issue in Barbados because of climate change. We have saltwater intrusion into our freshwater aquifers. So because of the rising sea level. So yes, that's a solution that is really, really needed. So we will look out for your application, Joss.
Yeah, it will be very helpful if you can share with the ambassadors the solutions that you know and some inspiring projects in this area. So please make sure you apply. It will be a pleasure to have you in the program. The next one is from Mesha. She's asking, when will participants know when they have been selected? Also, can you share a bit more about the time commitment? So I think I can answer the first one. All the applicants will receive an email confirming that they were accepted until the end of January. So we are still accepting applications until the end of January, and everyone who applied will receive an answer through email. So please check the email account that you gave us in the application form, because you will receive the communication through there. And about the time commitment, Stacey, what can you say?
I can say that on average, you can actually commit as much or as little time as you like, because there's so much knowledge and there's so much knowledge and amazing content to interact with and engage with. I would say minimally though, a couple of hours a week at least. And, the training sessions are held monthly. So you would need to, commit to at least attending. And again, if you can't attend, you have access to the recordings. But as I said, this is an opportunity there's a lot of flexibility involved. So, so you can take your time, you can apply, outside of the formal training sessions, you can reach out to your fellow ambassadors or reach out to us, and we'll be willing to help or kind of give you any guidance you need. So as I said, there's a nice level of flexibility, and it's really not an overwhelming time commitment.
Exactly. And I think you are free to commit as much as you can. So if you want to participate in all sessions, it will be great.
Yeah.
And we encourage you to do this. But if you are not available for all the activities, there's no problem. You can commit to the level that you were able to. So don't worry about it. The main point here is that you get as much value as you can from the program, right?
Exactly.
Okay, Angela is asking another question. So Angela is asking, can an ambassador have the opportunity to seek for assistance from the Island Innovation in terms of capacity building interventions for local workshops after the training program? I think it's very related to the local hubs, right?
Yes.
That we discussed before.
Yeah, and you will have assistance in that regard. The key is to keep in touch with us and let us know. We can definitely assist in terms of knowledge, in terms of some level of helping you to schedule what you need, and some level of identifying what exactly it is that you need to zero in on and narrow your focus on. But yes, definitely we would like to help as much as we can from that point of view.
Exactly. Carla has a question here. So she's asking, is there a specific start and end date for the trainings? Can you become an ambassador at any time during the year? So the first question, Carla, the first meeting that we're going to have will be in the beginning of February, and we will have training sessions throughout the year. The applications will close in the end of January. So if you want to be part of the Ambassadors Program, you have to apply until the end of January. It won't be possible for other people to join the program after the program has started, just because the program was planned and designed to have continuity. So if you lose the content in the beginning, you won't be able to you can take advantage of the other contents that we were going to have, but we really think it's better if you engage in the program right in the beginning, right, Stacey?
Yes, exactly. And engage at the beginning, and it helps us, just from an administrative standpoint, to see who we have as a part of our community. And then you can also view your activity and how active you are from the point of view of really, quality over quantity. There's some ambassadors I remember, they may have attended every single training session, but they just attended, they didn't necessarily engage in any of the materials. And that was, a shame, because then you don't really take full advantage of what's being offered. So if you can, attend 3 or 4 of the training sessions, but you actively engage, you reach out to us if you have any other questions, you engage with the other participants, then there's definitely good value in that.
Exactly. We have 2 other questions here. So the first one is about, again, the conditions and requirements for becoming an ambassador. I just put here on the screen so everyone can see. Those are the application requirements. Can you please mention them again, Stacey?
Sure, no problem. I'd mentioned near the beginning of our session that you have to have an island connection, meaning that you don't have to physically live on an island, but you can have an interest in any of the aspects of living on an island that can be challenging or necessary to explore, such as sustainability, waste management, food security. you have to have an interest in sustainability, creating a better world for the future, and seeing how as islands we can kind of be more empowered to embrace our future possibilities and kind of be motivated to participate. And there's no age requirement, there's no educational requirement. The point is that we want to provide you with health and education from that point of view. So those are just some of the requirements.
Thank you very much. Brock is asking if any of our ambassadors is focused on the health of the oceans that surround so many of them.
That made me smile, because that's one of the areas that I'm very, very interested in, ocean health. So, and that's going to be very much explored at the Virtual Island Summit. But even before that, the topic of the blue economy is something that's really relevant to all island communities. So if at the beginning of the program, when you're an ambassador, you identify that particular area of interest as something you want to focus on, we will facilitate as much as possible exploring that area, seeing how that can be used to find solutions, and kind of motivating and empowering you as much as possible.
Yes, definitely. We have a question from Lucinda. She's asking, will ambassadors be able to join and help with the forums you do yearly? Like, can we promote the Finance Forum and the Virtual Island Summit?
Yes, definitely. That's an excellent question, because that's something we hope you do. And that is, I wouldn't say it's a requirement, but it would be really helpful to promote some of our events, because that's a way that you can also build your online presence and kind of find a way to establish what your interests are. So it would be very helpful to promote. Yes, you're more than welcome to promote our events and the things that we're all participating in.
Exactly. We have another question about, okay, this one is very important to mention, right?
Yeah.
I was an ambassador last year. Can I apply again in 2022, Stacey?
Yes, definitely, definitely. Because I think when you apply again, you're cementing the friendships you've already established, but then you have a better sense of exactly what interests you and how to better network and kind of establish better avenues of how to explore your interests. Because when you become an island ambassador, I remember my experience was there were so much interesting things. There were so many topics. I wanted to know everyone. I wanted to explore everything, which of course is not really possible. But that's how motivated you get when you become part of this program. So, by the time you apply again, you have a better idea of exactly what interests and what topics you want to pursue. So it's actually a good idea to apply again, for sure.
Exactly. Another question that just came in is, how can I help your organization? So, Stacey, if I don't have the time to be an ambassador, or if I am an ambassador but I still want to contribute more, what can I do?
Oh gosh, well, that's great that you have that up on the screen. Submitting an article is great. If you have an article you want to submit, I wonder if Christian, do we have a link for how to submit an article? We could probably put that in the chat. Please attend the virtual events. Even if you don't have the time to be an ambassador, your presence at the events will still give you an opportunity to, explore some of your interests and have your voice heard. This is the thing. The inclusivity of the virtual events is really something that you can take advantage of. And please, you can share our news. We have a newsletter. You can sign up for a newsletter. You can share our news on LinkedIn or other platforms. And, please let potential sponsors, clients know some of our other services. We do research and academic work. We also do virtual events and PR and social media work. So yes, those are some of the ways that you can help.
Exactly. Another question for you. This is particularly interesting. So Melissa is asking, in your opinion, what has been some of the most exciting projects that have come out of the ambassador program? Can you remember any exciting project that you got to know through the ambassador program, Stacey?
Yes, I got to know a very exciting project that focused on sustainable financing and climate finance. And this was some of the Jamaican ambassadors actually held this one. And I think that the area of climate finance and how to access this financing, it's really important for island communities to know about that, because there are many steps involved. And at the end of the day, because we are so affected by climate change, I thought that was something that was really interesting. And I wasn't really aware of it before. And if I was aware of it, it seemed something that I couldn't access or was unobtainable. So definitely, that was, for me, that was one of the most exciting things. And to see how a topic like finance, it's directly relevant to all of us. We may not think so, but it really has a relevance to all of us. So yeah, that was my experience.
Cool. Thank you very much, Stacey. And during the program, we will provide ambassadors with the opportunity to share a little bit of what they do and the projects that they are involved in. And in the application form, there is a question exactly about that. So if you are working on a project that is related to sustainable development for islands, or as people mentioned here before, oceans and economic opportunities for island communities, please share with us, because this way we can select exciting projects to give you the opportunity to share with other ambassadors a little bit of your work, right? And we have another question here from Angela. So Angela is asking, can the ambassadors come together and organize campaigns on island? This can help boost awareness and enhance collaboration. I think, again, it has a connection with the local hubs, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's the idea of the hub. So the idea of the hub is to come together and do precisely that. You create a campaign to build awareness on a particular issue, whether it's to do with oceans and plastic pollution, whether it's to do with recycling, whether it's to do with using renewable energy sources. So yes, that's definitely an important thing to do, because the key defining factor of a campaign is it's something that's done steadily over a period of time. It's not just one chance that you're doing something. So you're seeking to raise awareness consistently. And to me, the best campaigns are collaborative. They involve different stakeholders, so they're relevant to as many people as possible. So that's an excellent question. Yes.
Yes, and also to make those global conversations more accessible for people in your community. This was something that we discussed in the last Q&A session about the Ambassadors Program. You remember, Stacey?
Yeah, that was fantastic.
That some people, maybe they don't have access to all the information that you have, or maybe they don't even have access to the internet, or they are not familiarized with the tools that we use to create the virtual events. So being an ambassador, you can provide other people from your community the opportunity to participate and to discuss all those relevant topics, right? So you can come together, you can organize, for example, a space for you to watch a virtual island summit session or an island finance forum session and discuss about the topic that is being presented there in a local context. So how can you take advantage of that knowledge? How can you create projects that will benefit your community, right? So this is the main idea of the local hubs. That's a great question. Thank you, Angela. And I've seen that you posted on the chat that you were particularly interested in economic opportunities and waste management for island communities. So we encourage you to participate in the Island Finance Forum too. You can already register for free on our website to save your seat. And we will have many discussions about economic opportunities, challenges, and finance for island communities during the next month. So please register for the event. More questions. We have a question from Amru. He's asking, if we don't live on an island currently, do we get to propose ourselves as ambassadors? I was born in Socotra, but I live in Germany now.
Yes, definitely. Yes, if you don't live on an island, but you have that island connection, yes, you can definitely apply. I'd mentioned earlier that some of the other ambassadors from Barbados, where I'm based, were based in Australia. Another person was based in the United States, but they still applied and they're excellent ambassadors. I'm still very much in touch with them today. So yes, you can definitely apply if you don't currently live on an island.
I think the questions are over. Do we have any other questions coming from LinkedIn, Facebook, or Zoom? I just wanted to mention that if you didn't get the opportunity to ask a question right now, you can still get in touch with us if you have a doubt or if you have anything to ask about the Ambassadors Program. In this link that is appearing for you right now, you will find the application form. And in this application form, you will find an email that you can use to get in touch directly with our team. So if you have other questions, if you have any doubts, you can still reach out to us, also through social media if you prefer. But we encourage you all to apply for the Ambassadors Program. We are really excited with the program this year, and we think if you join us, this program will be much richer and we will have much more knowledge to share. So please join us. Do you have anything to add, Stacey?
Just to echo your sentiments, it's wonderful to be able to be in touch with our community. And, the more you follow us, join our programs. If you can't be an ambassador, attend our events. It's great to know what you want in terms of your content and how we can help you. And, it's just so exciting to know that we can be part of a global conversation. So yes, we really look forward to seeing all of your applications.
All right, I think we don't have any further questions. So thank you very much, Stacey, for being here with me today. Thank you, Christian, for supporting this session. Thank you, everyone, for attending. Okay, we have another question. Sorry, just the last one. Okay. Angela is asking, what if you didn't get any notification of being selected and the program has started? What happens? This won't happen. You will be communicated before the program starts. If you're having some trouble with your email account, please reach out to us and let us know. But I don't think this will happen. So
yeah, it won't happen. Remember, always check your spam for safety's sake, for for responses. But yeah, that definitely won't happen. We'll be sure to be in touch.
Yeah. Okay, thank you, everyone. And I hope to see you very soon in the first meeting of the Ambassadors Program.
Great. Thanks, everyone. Have a great day, great weekend. Bye.
Bye.